For today's CyberCEO episode,
well, Ian's a pretty special guy. I have to tell you, it's always gets us both going, gets us focused on our tasks. And again, the initiative he takes, his knowledge of command, his knowledge of social media, marketing, my Google business, my Facebook, my compliance in terms of my transaction coordination. He's on top of it. He's a sponge. And as soon as he has something new to learn, he dives right in, tackles it, understands it. I don't have to hold his hand. In fact, sometimes he's like pushing me because he has this drive, which is just amazing. I love talking to him. It's a fantastic relationship. He's already done so much to improve my business.
welcome to CyberCEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. CyberCEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of CyberCEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Philip, how are you doing today?
Hey, doing great. Thanks. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking and for being on the show today. I know you have a lot on your plate. Really appreciate the time. Now, to start things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are business owners just like yourself. So I need your help. Can you tell us something about yourself and your business, Philip?
Sure. Yep. I'm the commercial director for Western Pennsylvania. So I operate out of 5 market centers for Keller-Williams in the commercial division. We lived in Western PA for about 25 years. Have a wonderful family, 4 sons. Almost all of them are out of high school now. So we run a pretty active business here, about 6 commercial agents. I run between Pittsburgh and Erie, which is the northwestmost point of Western PA. Extremely high impact. We've been growing our market share and really excited about what we're doing here at KW Commercial. And it's an exciting time to be in business for sure.
Of course, exciting time is what you mentioned for the business. So in real estate, though, how long have you been doing that?
Well, I've been in one facet of commercial real estate or one facet or another for over 21 years. But I've been a commercial real estate broker for about 7 years with Keller-Williams.
Gosh, that's tons of experience right there, just in real estate in general. How about working with someone virtual, though? Just like what you're doing with your Cyberbacker. Is this a first?
Yeah, first time.
Gosh. Now imagine tons of experience in the real estate business, but first time working with someone virtual. Let me ask you, how was the transition phase for you? Was it a big change?
I was really concerned. I really wasn't sure, but I was invited to a kind of virtual webinar with Cyberbacker owner here in Pennsylvania. Did a seminar on it. Heard a lot about it through some others. And I thought, I needed to do something. I needed to have an really significant change here in my business because I was just losing time and wasn't taking vacations. Just a lot of time lost with family as well as losing leads. I needed to have significant leverage. And so I started talking with the folks at Cyberbacker and learned about the training process, learned about the hiring process. It was all laid out. There was little work for me to do. The process of getting to the selection of a cyberbacker was really fairly easy, and they laid out 5 really fantastic candidates, cyberbacker candidates. Great interview process, and when it came down to it, and we were trying to decide, the folks at Cyberbacker were extremely helpful in sort of guiding me towards making that selection. And then they had a week of training after laying out what my key tasks needed to be, which is, a better list than I've ever come up with myself, which is helpful just in and of itself. The training, Ian came on ready to hit the ground running. He knows command. He knows real estate. He didn't know a lot about commercial real estate, but I was able to give Cyberbacker information on sort of what tools we use on the commercial side. He learned those, and he's still learning those. But the transition is almost like I had been working with him for months, starting on day one.
So really, day one, it feels like you've already been working with him for a while now. But talk to me more about Ian then, your cyberbacker. What's it like working with him every day?
Sure. Well, Ian's a pretty special guy. I have to tell you, relationships are important to me. I didn't want to just have, sort of a nameless, faceless assistant. Relationships are important because my relationships with my clients are important, and the relationships with those with whom I work is important. And he's a fantastic guy. He's also takes tremendous initiative. He's very courteous, very knowledgeable. He soaks things up like a sponge. Anything that needs to be, anytime that we need to make a kind of course correction, he's on top of it. I tell you, he keeps me on my toes, really, which is fantastic. And I look forward to our weekly meetings. We meet every Monday, and it's always, sort of gets us both going, gets us focused on our tasks. And again, the initiative he takes, his knowledge of command, his knowledge of social media, marketing, my Google business, my Facebook, my compliance in terms of my transaction coordination. He has never done commercial. After a few times going over the documents and the specific kinds of documents we use on commercial side, he's on top of it. And he, like I said, he's a sponge. Wow. And he as soon as he has something new to learn, he dives right in, tackles it, understands it, is able to reproduce and kind of take the next steps. So I don't have to hold his hand. In fact, sometimes he's like pushing me because he has this drive, which is just amazing. And also just love talking to him. It's a fantastic relationship.
Gosh. Now, how long have you been working with him, by the way? Forgot to ask earlier.
So we're in our 3rd month.
Wow.
And it's only the 3rd month, and there's a lot more that we could be doing. He has to, it's kind of hard to nail me down sometimes because I'm traveling a lot. But so I know that we'll continue to improve this process. We'll continue to do more and more together. But he's already done so much to improve my business.
Gosh, imagine, just because, let me tell you, the way you describe the partnership that you have with Ian, it seems like you've been working for years now. And that's why I asked. It's only been 3 months and already a lot of success, already created such a successful partnership between the both of you. Now, about that partnership, how did it get to this point? How did it become so successful in just a very short amount of time? In your opinion, why do you think so?
I think that the model that Cyberbacker created was just really just ingenious to me. And you create so many layers of accountability, and also training and support for your cyberbackers. it's clear that he has the support he needs on the Cyberbacker side, as well as we share a set of values between myself, my company, my business, and Cyberbacker clearly share the same kind of values, the values for people, the values for success, the values around accountability. Knowing that, we have to provide, a level of excellence that surpasses our competitors. And I see that in everything that Cyberbacker does. So, the reason why it's so successful is that they knew, because of the kind of conversations we had early on, they knew what I needed, and they were very thorough about that part. Then they bring that to the Cyberbacker and say, these are the things you need to know, be knowledgeable about. You spend a week or so training, intensive training. That's obviously clearly monitored so that they can, there's key performance indicators that Cyberbacker puts into place, which then clearly translates to how the Cyberbacker ends up, learning and gaining proficiency in all of those tasks. And that, I think I'd still be in training and development mode even at this time if all of that fell on me. But all of that was kind of taken care of so that he could be as productive and proficient on day one as possible.
Really, right there, it was already established during the beginning of the partnership, not per se with Ian, but during the beginning, the hiring process, everything was ready. You mentioned all the things that you needed help with, and Cyberbackers, of course, here to make sure to make your life easier and get you more time to focus on the business, of course. Now, I have one last question for you, Philip, while I still have you here. I know it's in the early phase of the partnership that you have with Ian, but what's been the impact of Cyberbacker in the business so far?
Let me tell you, I've added between 5 and 10 million of volume, and being able to divert my attention from documentation and so on to lead generation, $5 to $10 million of additional volume that I wasn't even, looking at getting. That wasn't even on the horizon. I was able to divert my attention to that lead gen, get more business. 3, commercials deals are a little bit tougher, or longer time frame. I was able to focus on buyers for my listings and get 2 additional deals closed that I wasn't planning on really being able to tackle in that the last 3 months. And I took, I would never have done this because things were so crazy. I took time, I traveled, took 4 days, 5 days, go see my mom for her 80th birthday. I took twice as long of a vacation with my wife for our anniversary. I would never have done that. I mean, these are the kinds of things that I don't want to over dramatize, Cyberbacker, but if you use it to its fullest and let the Cyberbacker do what they do best, and then focus on your business and focus on your family, it really does make an impact. And I know that I feel like I'm only, kind of scraping the surface here. It's kind of the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. So the value is tremendous for what I pay for a full-time Cyberbacker pales in comparison to what I've gained just in these last 3 months.
Imagine. That's the exciting part, because it's only been 3 months. Imagine what you and Ian can do, let's say, in a year's time from now, right? A lot of success, a lot of growth to look forward to. Now, I forgot to tell you, Ian's gonna be able to listen and watch this once we have this online. So before we end today, would you want to give him a quick shout out or any messages you'd like to give out to him?
Hey, Ian, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate what we've been able to accomplish together and the relationship we're building. I value the partnership. I value the relationship we're building, and so thankful for the opportunity to be able to work with you.
Go. Now, we are very, very excited to see the continued success of this partnership. And again, Philip, thank you very much for giving us your time here today. I hope we can get you back here real soon.
Yeah, I'd be glad to. Thanks so much.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.